I get to take my eyes off the computer and just focus on what I'm doing. I'm like, okay, what are we doing in art today?
Isn't that awesome? It works. Yeah. You can take it off. We're like in the middle of 3D stuff, so we have half kids doing painting their room and half are making plaster sunglasses. So it should be a treat to watch. Let's see, we got fresh, big ceramics here.
Before this class, I wasn't really interested in art, but then I realized that like when I came into Mr. Steger's class, there are so many different types of art. Like I'm not as good as at drawing, but I really like clay.
I always try to tell them that there's always someone struggling more than you, and there's always someone more successful, you know, within art. That's kind of the thing that's kept me going. You'll do something and you always see like, oh, that's so much better than I could ever do, you know. Or you may see something and say like, oh, I could probably pull that off.
Mr. Steger is a good teacher because he's really kind. He is really calm. He kind of just makes me feel like I'm not too pressured.
I went to Kean University, and one of the parts of the program was to like visit some schools. I was really excited because, you know, you look at this district and they had like 3 kilns going and like all of this crazy ceramic stuff going on. The more I toured Summit, I understood how integral the arts are in the community with the Visual Arts Center and just the the different outlets for creative expression was really cool. So and it differed a lot from other schools that we went to in during the program.
Do you know where the egg sack is?
I was actually not the greatest student, so it was all over the place. It was really hard to like sit still in a structured class, and I had a really good art teacher, Mr. Schreiner, Mr. Mills as well in high school that kind of let me do my own thing, but also, you know, I wasn't fully on my own. They like checked in and gave notes and stuff like that.
If we're a little behind, he'll help us. He won't just yell at us because we're behind. He'll actually help us.
There's maybe a big fear of failure, and that is something that we try to overcome. So it's okay to mess up, it's okay to fail, and learn from that. It's when you don't try at all and you just say, I can't. That's what we have to work on. Do you want to do it, or do you want me to do it?
I really like how he is not too pressured about paint on the table. He's just like, that's kind of a sign of a good artist, you know?
I think for first year teachers, I'm just going from my personal experience, I was incredibly flustered. So I think just maybe not trying to cram so much, you know, maybe taking a step back and kind of reading the class a little bit more, trying to connect with them. I think connection is probably the main thing, connecting with the kids wherever you can. You have about 5 minutes to clean up.
I really like just being able to call something my own, because when you're researching things for different classes, you're like, okay, researching isn't really your own, you're just getting it off the internet. But this is mine, and it's kind of like I made it from myself out of a lump of clay, so it kind of feels like my own, and it feels like it's mine.
It's nice to know and see that you know, they're kind of picking up what I picked up from my teachers in the past, which is a nice trait to hear.